Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to teach you how to virtually wholesale real estate step by step in 2025. How to get your first wholesale deal. And this is literally like a $5,000 virtual wholesaling course, so let's go. Smash that like button and subscribe to get more videos from Flip with Kelly. So welcome to my YouTube here. I'm Kelly. A little bit about me is I've done 7 deals. Some with the help of a partner. Starting in last year of 2024, we've done over 6 figures in 6 months when we first got started, and now it's even more than that. So you can do that by doing direct mail, bandit signs, cold calling. I've done all 3 of those. Right here in Eau Claire, it's kind of a tough market, so you can branch out and do wholesale deals. How to sign a contract, you get an executable contract. I want to show you how to find cash buyers for free, and then they can walk through the property and make an offer. How to find a title company, you got to do a contract and EMD, get that to the title company once you get it under contract. And then basically they can send you around a $20,000 check, or get the I've had money wired right into my bank account within 3 hours. So it's pretty awesome. At first I kind of like getting the checks because you can have that physical picture of a check, but as time goes on, wiring is just the way to go. But if you don't mind paying that wiring fee, sometimes they'll, depending, they won't charge you for it. But I don't never, if they offer, yeah, sure, you want to do it for free, but I never ask. It's like, yeah, just take it out of the proceeds and then send me the wire over the proceeds. Take the wiring fee out of the proceeds and send the rest over, please. And then so what you want to do is find the right market. You can go after like the suburbs, not the major cities. The properties are going to be a little cheaper in the suburbs, but they'll still have a decent sized population that therefore will have enough cash buyers in it. And if you can find the top wholesalers that are in those markets, like if they're bragging, that'd probably be a good market for you to wholesale in. And you can also go after major cities if they have low rents. Good lists to go after are the lists are vacant. Vacants are excellent lists to go after. Niche lists and probates. So example of niche lists would be evictions, water shutoffs, tax liens, code violation, fire damage properties. We've went on appointments for a lot of these different types of lists. I've been up in fire damage properties. We call right up in the attic, get up in there, see if the rafters have any fire damage. Just kind of try to assess how much in repairs it's going to be. And then if you can find this stuff out through software if you want. And if you want a cold call, you can decide if you want a cold call, direct message, direct mail, or SMS, which is text blasting. So what's the best way? You got to figure that out for yourself. I've pretty much done them all. Mostly for me, I've found my success has been direct mail specifically. I've done deals with postcards too, but mostly nowadays I just send letters out because I can print them all at home here, right off my printer. So, but postcards aren't a bad way to go either, because they just send them all out for you. So once you get these leads, you can skip trace them. You can use cyber background checks to get phone numbers. They also have addresses listed on there as well. And if you go to flipwithkelly / seller script in the link below, down below the video here, I've got some free seller scripts for you to know how to talk to these people when they call you, or if you're cold calling, you call out. Inbound would be like the direct mail. And I'm also going to give you away my free virtual wholesaling contracts. That'll also be listed down below in the link listed below. So what you want to do is you want to talk to sellers who are interested in selling their properties. You know, do you own the property, and are you interested in selling? And then the next stage is acquisitions. Okay, you've got somebody that's interested in selling, so you want to build rapport with them, have a conversation. You don't just want to read off a script. You want to actually befriend them like you would be talking to a friend or a family member. You know, like you actually care. People like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. How do you get to know them? Well, you have a conversation, and they like you if you are talking to them like a actual human being, having a conversation. Not like how many bedroom, how many bath, and how many square feet. Just have a conversation. Hey, what's going on here? What's your situation? Do you mind if I ask why you're selling? So that would be the next thing you can get into is MCTP. M is the motivation. You want to find out if they're motivated to sell or if they're just a tire kicker. So why are you selling? C is condition. Like, can you tell me a little bit about the condition of the property and any major repairs needed? And they can get into telling you if it's got a basement, a garage, AC. And then you want to figure out timeline when they're looking to sell. So you could ask them, hey, if we can buy this, when would you be looking to sell it? Some of them will say today, ASAP. Maybe they don't want to sell for a couple months. It just all depends on their situation. Sometimes they've got tenants or family members living in there, so they got to give those people time to get out. Or maybe they got to evict them. And then price, you want to ask them, how much do you need for the property? How much do you need to get rid of it? Condition is what's all wrong with it. A lot of it's just like if you're going to buy a car, Let's see what's wrong with this, and then that gets them thinking in their head. Well, this guy's there's some stuff to be fixed on here, so I'm not gonna be able to get brand new price for it. A lot of psychology involved, and then you can ask them, would you be open to working out an agreement today? And no, not today, I got to do this and that. And so you can do like rebuttals, like, hey, what's stopping you from doing this today? Well, I got to talk to my wife. Oh, well, why don't we, is your wife around? Could you text her, and can we ask, always try to coax them down the funnel. Next step. They give you some resistance, you can try to coax them, suggest, let's talk to your wife, let's figure this out, and try to progress them. And if you get too much resistance, well, then you got to know how hard to push and when. Maybe back off a little, set up a phone call. Okay, so you want to talk to your wife. Why don't we schedule a phone call for next week, Tuesday? Or maybe you could text them later and say, hey, let's do a phone call Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And then make sure you call them on that day and time. And so no, if they say no, you could, if it's just a flat out no, like a hard no, you could just say, well, why not? Or if they tell you why, then, well, please keep us in mind. Keep our phone number handy in case anything changes. And then if you get a yes, well, great. Let me check with my partner quick, and You can go through what the after repair value is. You can look at Zillow. You can look at the assessed value on the county website, which is, these are sometimes that's just the amount that they're taxing them on, so it's not always accurate. It doesn't mean that's necessarily the value of the house. And then there's software out there that you can get prices from and try to figure out how much the place is going to need in repairs based on the condition of the property that they told you about. Maybe they're able to send you pictures. Most people can't send pictures immediately, so then you can either shoot them a price right away or you can wait for those pictures, depending on the downfall. If you wait, is somebody else might talk to them on the phone and get it under contract while you're waiting for pictures. The pro, the upswing, the benefit is if you take the time to actually determine the value in your offer, then you could make a solid offer and not have to ask for price reductions later on. So there's pros and cons to it. So you take the after repair value minus repairs and multiply it by about 70%. And then that's going to vary a little bit, but kind of a general idea. And then if they give me a good price over the phone, like how much do you need for it? And let's say they say $80,000, which is a fair price. I will counter that. They're asking 80. I'm going to counter at around 75% of that price. So if they're asking 80, I'm going to offer them 60 if they have a fair asking price. Now, if they have pie in the sky number, if they want market price, then that's not a fair price what they're asking. That's way too high to be able to wholesale it. So in that case, I'm going to lowball them. Also, if they don't give me a price, I will try to ask in different angles, different ways. Just ask them over and over, what do you need to get for it? Or if you did know, how much would that be? Or what do you got? What do you figure you got stuck into this place? How much do you need to get out of it? Try to ask them different ways. But if they won't give me price, same thing. Lowball them. You don't know what's going on inside that seller's head. Once in a while, it's not very often, but they might truly not know what to ask for their house. But a lot of times they just don't want to give the number first. They want you to give your number first. They might be out shopping for other bids. So those are the two instances that I would lowball them. We did offer a seller $10,000 on their house, and that was my first actual true wholesale deal. Done some bird dog deals before then, but my first true wholesale deal, I offered $10,000, and on Zillow, I don't remember the exact number, but it was over. I remember it was over $200,000 on Zillow, and she didn't want to give me a price. I asked her multiple times, and I did the whole. I did initially talk to her on the phone. She called in off a letter I had. But pretty much after that initial conversation or two, I texted the whole deal out, and I offered her $10,000 in the text. We negotiated out price and terms in the text. Eventually, we ended up at $35,000. I think she was at $40,000, and then she came down to $35,000. And a lot of times, I like to let them talk themselves into a price. I didn't say 35 or 30. I did initially offer 10. She's like 40, and then she's like, oh, I guess I could do 35 or whatever she said. That was the number that we ended up on. I apologize, this is a year ago. I don't remember every single word exactly the way it was said. I believe I did get it in my texting, copy and pasted the text, so I do have the exact words, but I just don't have them off the top of my head. So She went 40, and then she's like, oh, I guess I could accept 35, or however she said that. So, and then so you want to get houses typically under 100,000 that are in need of repairs in the area that I'm in, and the virtual area that I also do, which is right now I'm basically working the entire state of Wisconsin. So I do look at some of those deals as virtual because it could be 4 or 5 hour drive away from me or more. So that I do consider virtual. Local, I consider that to be in my backyard, maybe an hour or two away from my house. Maybe I'd say actually an hour and a half. 2 hours is a bit much. So that'd be more of a virtual deal. Now, if there's some land comes along with the house, then you got to take into consideration the land value. So there, you'd be over 100,000. So we just recently had a property under contract, and our cash buyers came in. It was 8 acres, and our cash buyers came in at about 110,000. So it was just slightly over 100,000. But there again, 8 acres, But there was a building with asbestos siding that needed to be taken down, which is very expensive. So you got to consider the overall big picture. And then, so that deal, in order to get that done, I'd have to have that locked up at around 80,000 with 8 acres. But cash buyers only willing to pay maybe 110,000 for it. That's the spread you got to have in order to make your assignment fee and for it to be a good wholesaling deal. And so yeah, basically you want to go for no. And you don't want to make an initial offer, and have the seller say yes, because then what? Well, if they said yes to 100,000, they might have said yes to 80,000. So there you just shorted yourself $20,000. So you want to go for the no when you do the low ball. It might be a number that makes you a little nervous when you say it to them, but don't show them you're nervous. Be confident. And be a machine, and just know that your cash buyers want to get these deals. You want to present these deals as deeply discounted deals to your cash buyers so that you can actually move the property and get paid. So yeah, don't be feeling too bad about that. That's just, it's business. Maybe not right away if it's not a go for no. You don't want to say yes too quickly to any counteroffer that they give you, and then call them back, or you can do an offer while you're on the phone. So you can crunch your numbers and call them back, or if they give you a decent price, you might want to just do the deal right away when you're on the phone. After crunching the numbers, you could just say to them, would you, if they're asking, say, hey, I want to get 80,000 for this place, just simply say, I've gotten deals. I got a local deal here once, and local or virtual, it works the same. Just say, if they're asking 80,000, just say, would you take 60? That's 75% of 80. And then shut up and let them answer. And a lot of times they might hesitate for a second. They got to think, and some will just say yes. So there you go. And then you just lock it up for as low as you reasonable price that you can move it at, or you just lock it up as low as possible, and then just ask them, let me email you over the contract, so I can walk you through, and you can. To show you that we're serious, we will take an EMD down, earnest money deposit down to the title company, and you can do a DocuSign, or you can do a scan and print. You got an executable contract. Then you go and find a cash buyer. You can find cash buyers through Bandit Signs, Facebook, or your local REI Real Estate Investment Association Club. And you talk to the cash buyer. I'm a wholesaler. I got deeply discounted properties. Are you interested in buying? Build your cash buyers list. You can also do JV. I do have a partner, so I've JV'd with my partner, who happens to live in Milwaukee, so we do deals in Milwaukee, Racine. We've done deals in probably 5 or 6 different counties throughout Wisconsin now. Some deals I do all on my own, and some I do with my partner. It's convenient having a partner because she lives really close to the seller. She can drive out there, look at the property, or to me, it's 4-hour drive for me to get down there. So just works out really well. Some of these deals that we've done, literally on one deal that we did, my partner got to the property to do a walkthrough 1 hour before the next buyer was going to do their walkthrough, and she got the property under contract. She got an executable contract. She got it locked up, and we got the deal. That was $20,000 that I might not have gotten. It was a $40,000 deal. We split it in half by 1 hour. Now, I don't think I could drive down there in that hour and beat that other, so I might have missed out on $20,000. So yeah, you can get the whole deal yourself, get the whole 40, but there are advantages to having a partner and that speed. So you can also have boots on the ground and pay people less. You could find a realtor that would do it on the cheap. There's different ways of doing it, but you know, that person could potentially go around you, so make sure that you know, you got that trust built and you vetted them out appropriately. So you build your cash buyers list. You got to vet your cash buyers and your JV partners. And title company, you got to find that through local investors. Like I said, your REIA clubs. You can Google title companies and call the title company up and ask them, do you work with virtual wholesalers? I have a property under contract. Do you do assignment of contracts? If they tell you no, make sure you ask for the closing agent, because the secretary don't always know the correct answer. So consider the source. Ask for the closing agent to talk to them, or maybe the secretary could ask the closing agent themselves. But I've been told no before by a secretary, and then just because they don't know what I'm asking, and the closing agent will know the answer to that question, and it might be yes. So, you know, make sure you're talking to the right person, asking the correct questions. And basically you get 2 signed contracts. You get the purchase and sale agreement signed by the seller, and then you get a second contract called the assignment of contract, which I'll have down in the link below, for free for you. And then you get that signed assignment of contract with the buyer for more than the purchase price of the house for that original contract, at which the assignment of contract basically allows the cash buyer to step in your shoes, take over that purchase sales agreement that you have with the seller. And you get have the cash buyer within 24 to 48 hours, generally. They need to get their earnest money deposit. I would recommend $5,000. Could be 3 or 7. We've been doing $5,000 earnest money deposit. Having our cash buyers bring that to the title company within 24 to 48 hours. If they trust you, they might give you the check so you can bring it to the title company. But you know, I tell them, hey, you don't know me, I don't know you, and they bring it there. But if you get to know them and they trust you, I mean, they could hand you the check for you to take the assignment of contract and the check to the title company. Make sure your assignment of contract's filled out. Don't leave the price blank. And make sure you get it signed. Make sure you get everything to title according to the contract. If it says 24 hours, then it's better be there in 24 hours for that contract to be valid. That's my $5,000 wholesaling course to you in a nutshell, with all the fluff. Hopefully I went through this step by step pretty good. We've been through 7 or 8 deals. I think it's been 7, but we just closed on another one, so I'd have to recount. We're starting to lose track a little bit, which is a good thing. But step by step, So we've been there, done that, and know this pretty well. I appreciate you watching this video, and if you got any value out of it, please smash that like button and subscribe. And tell me about your wholesaling business and your experience with wholesaling. What market are you in? And I hope this video helped you out. I appreciate you guys. Any questions or comment below, and I will personally answer you. Yeah, that's about it. Have a great one. This is Kelly, out.